Beautiful, beautiful Monday. Thank you for tuning in for today's call. Today we is week 5 of our 8-week journey. And I'm so glad that you are enjoying this and you're showing up and you're really just moving through this process. This has been something different that I have been wanting to offer. And so I'm just feeling so inspired to pour into each and every one of you. Making sure my phone is on silence. All right, let's just move into our beautiful, beautiful day. Happy Monday. And today we're going to talk about living the shift, food as a love language. And so, you can look at food in many, many ways, but this week we're really focused on food as a love language. So we move into one of the most beautiful, intimate, powerful shifts of all during this process, and it's about making food nourishing again. And you've heard me say this before, how you eat is how you actually live. And this week, I want you to feel into that truth so deep within you is how do you feed yourself, is how you love yourself. Let me repeat that again. How you feed yourself is how you love yourself. This is where we reclaim food as nourishment and not of stress, not of shame, but with lots of care, devotion, and presence. So, what if food was a love language? I want you just to imagine for a moment that every bite you took was a way that you communicated with yourself. And that could be around saying, like, I honor you, I care for you. Imagine that preparing food wasn't a chore, it was a ritual, a way of showing up for yourself like you would for someone you care about. Because here's the truth. If you've spent your life, dieting, restricting, binging, rushing through every single meal, it can feel hard. And, that's the thing is that food probably became something you survived, not something you actually enjoyed. So this week, I want you to actually start moving through that and changing that. I want you to let food become a practice of just being present. And I want it to be a form of actual power within you. Okay. And so we often wait for big moments to like shift and change us. But this can be an actual simple one that you start incorporating. And maybe this is about like waking up in the morning and having like some morning tea. Maybe it's a way how you cut up your fruit to start nourishing your body. Maybe it's in a way where you sit without distraction and just eat gently and kindly. Maybe this just becomes your way of life in how you, one moment. I'm having some technical difficulties. All right. I'm hoping you can hear me. And so I want you to think about eating and how you've been eating. I always say, like, do you eat like a lady or are you kind of rushing, eating quick when just like life gets busy? And I have noticed over my journey through this process is like busyness is not a reason to abandon like the nourishment that you can actually get, but rather it's a return to how you want to eat, and how you want to sit down at a meal and take this time to just be in a present moment around food. Just think, sometimes when we're eating and we're feeling distracted and we're busy, we don't even think about how much we're consuming, what's on our plate. We just are, it's almost like mindlessness. And because of that, we can overeat. And it just gets us in a really interesting place because we're also really eating fast. And so think about, what if you could actually slow down and let your stomach catch up with you eating? Just think about that for a second. It's really, really, really powerful. And so I want you to think about like sitting down and just being present. I want you to move into this week about imagining how it would feel to not be distracted while eating, connecting with your food. Think about that for a moment. And I don't want you to overcomplicate this. I want you to let it be simple. It's not about complicating your meals, it's about just eating in a way that feels really, really good to you. And so it's about this question: how would I feed myself if I believed I was worthy of love right now? If I was worthy of true nourishment in my body? Maybe it's a warm soup. Maybe it's a beautiful bowl of like rice and beans and a bunch of veggies. Maybe it's roasted veggies, whatever it may be for your starch and veg. Simple, whole, and grounding. Not rushed, but just present. Let your food be almost an offering to you of just true nourishment in your body. And also take in consideration care for your future self. I want you to think about rituals of nourishment. So this week, I want you to find a food ritual, something small that you can start kind of moving into a new routine around food. Maybe it's like a light candle at dinner. Maybe you eat lunch without your phone near you. Maybe you take a deep breath before your first bite. Maybe you just ground yourself around your food. Let this anchor you. Let it remind you, this is how I love myself. This is not a diet. This is just a way. It's a lifestyle. And once you start tuning into these things and really rewiring your brain about how you feel about food, that's where so much change can take place. And that's why you're here. So this week, I want you to think about, how can I let food be a form of self-respect? You do not need to earn nourishment. You don't need to be a certain weight to enjoy your food. You do not need to restrict in order to, be proud of yourself. You need to eat with peace. You need to eat with presence. You get to eat like a woman who is becoming more of herself every single day. And that makes me smile. This is a shift. This is a new way. This is your way. So we will close with a sweet meditation, moving into your week ahead. This is your time to possibly soften, to return, to reconnect with food, not as a task, not as a stressor, but an expression of love. Maybe you find some stillness right now. I want you to take a deep breath through your nose. Hold it at the top and then gently release. Do that again. Inhale deeply. hold at the top, and then release. It's important as we move through this that you let your breath find its own rhythm. Let your body settle and just allow you to come to like this present moment. We're going to begin with your relationship to nourishment. Think about that. Think about that. There's no pressure here. There's no right or wrong way. This is simply an invitation to return to yourself through food. Bring to mind your last meal, not to critique yourself, but just to start noticing. Where were you? Were you rushed or were you still? Did you taste each bite or was your mind somewhere else? What was the energy behind your meal? Now gently ask yourself, how would I eat if I believed I was deeply worthy of care? I want your heart to answer this. Would it be slower? Would it be grounded? More joyful? Possibly more simple? Would it be food that comforted you or cleared your mind? Would it be eaten with love or guilt? I want this time to be your shift. I want you to go back and imagine a meal, one you prepared for yourself in full presence. I want you to think about the colors, what it looked like, the textures, how you cut it, how you prepared it. You're seated at a clean space, maybe that candle lit, maybe soft music. And the best part is that you're present. No scrolling, no rushing, no multitasking, just you in that moment. This offering of nourishment to yourself. Feel the calmness in that. Feel the steadiness. You're not fixing yourself through food anymore. You're feeding yourself with love. And your body receives that love in every single bite. I want you to silently repeat these words after me. I eat with presence. I feed myself like someone I love. I let food be simple and safe. You are not chasing a perfect plan. You're building a relationship. You're building a ritual. Let your simple bowl of rice be grounding to you. Let your salad be a declaration. I am worthy of care and nourishment. Allow yourself to start creating and eating meals that say, I am coming home to myself. I want you to tune into your breath, that inhale and that exhale. remembering this moment of how you feel. Gently bring your awareness back to yourself. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Bringing your awareness back to your moment, this moment you showed up for yourself. Let this be your new way. Let it be simple and let it be steady. This is how you live the shift that I've been talking about. So your practice this week is set a space for one meal each day. Create an environment. Maybe it's that candle, the soft music. Use your favorite dish or bowl. Let the act of preparing and eating this meal become your daily ritual of self-respect. You're nourishing your body. This isn't about gourmet meals. This is about eating simple to nourish you, eating those whole foods. Your mantra for the week is going to be, I nourish myself with love. I feed myself with presence. I am worthy of simple and nourishing meals. Let that settle in to your core this week. Create the rituals. Be here in the now with your meals. Enjoy your beautiful, beautiful week ahead. I am here if you need anything. Comment below on maybe your biggest takeaway from this 5 weeks. We're going to continue on next week, and I will see you then.